Good morning, everyone. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my messy countertop. Today I wanted to share a couple of things that I got in from the Anna Griffin, not the Anna Griffin. I want to call everything Anna Griffin. It is Anna Griffin Dies, but it's from the HSN Craft Day sale that they had going on, and I did receive some of my things. So I want to share with you guys what I got in. Did I put them away? I don't think I did. Okay, here they are. Here they are. So, I got in some of the new stuff that she just came out. I got in my trees. Look at those. These are a really good size. These are not small. There's my hand, so you can tell that they are not tiny. We're thinking we can use these with our flower cart and flower shop. I think these are a little bit too large for that, or tall. But, you know, they will definitely work as a center or focal point on a card. I'll tell you how tall they are, about approximately. They're about... The silhouette is about 3 3/4, and the intricate cut, the detail cut, is about 3.5 inches tall. So they're pretty tall, not real tall, but they are a very nice size. But I think a little bit too large for that kind of stuff. And I did cut it out because I got in the... I haven't heard too many people talk about the Magic Mat. I just got it in yesterday, and it's already warped. My understanding is you can take the heat gun to it and it straightens up. I will tell you this, though. I have not seen anybody share how they use it with their Anna Griffin impress machine. And I love the way my Anna Griffin machine cuts. One, because I cut into the magnetic mat, and when I'm using artwork, for example, right now I'm cutting these flowers that are from Carnation Craft, and I have to line up my dies, and by putting the die on top facing the magnetic shim, the blade side down, they line up. I don't have to tape anything, and I love the convenience of that. But when I try to use this one is not magnetic. I don't know if they have one that is. The one I got is not. So I would definitely have to tape it down. The sandwich that I use, supposedly you're supposed to be able, like if you use your Big Shots, you're supposed to be able to replace one of the acrylic plates, take one out, and use this instead. So it would be this and your other acrylic plate instead of 2 acrylic plates. So I tried it, and it does work, but I did have to add a shim because it wasn't, I wasn't having a cleaner cut as I thought I would get. So I did have to add a shim, and it did work better. And I don't know if it's going to prevent now my acrylic plate from warping, because I just got it in. I will come back after I've had it a couple months, 2-3 months, and I will give you an update on it, because I'm very interested to know, and a lot of people have not been sharing this. So if you have not gotten one yet, I will share that with you. Now, if you want to try it for yourself, you know, scrapbook.com is the only one that carries it, as far as I can understand, or that I understood. And the sandwich I use for my impress, although it would work great if I was cutting something out, like the Anna Griffin dies that don't have artwork, or any die that doesn't have artwork, you can use it. I'm going to tell you the sandwich that I used. I used one of my Big Shot plates. Y'all, that's my friend Carolyn. So I used one of my Big Shot plates, and then I used this mat, and then I used the Anna Griffin acrylic plate on top, and that was perfect. When I tried to use just the mat and the Anna Griffin acrylic, there wasn't enough pressure. When I tried to use the 2 Anna Griffin acrylic plates and the magnetic shim, it was too much pressure. And then, so I thought, well, let me look for videos, and I did, and I couldn't find anything. So I just experimented, and the sandwich that I thought was perfect was one of the Big Shot plates, this mat, and the Anna Griffin plate that goes to the Impress, one of them. That was a perfect sandwich if you want to keep using it. Me personally, I prefer the magnetic shim because it does leave a better embossing for me personally. And I believe that because I cut a lot of her dies on there, her dies work the best in her machine. And that makes sense. And, but, if you want to try it, then, that's what you're going to have to do if you want to use it with the Impress. I will probably not, because for me, my plates on my Anna Griffin machine really don't get warped like that. Because I'm cutting into the magnetic shim, I do have to replace the magnetic shim, but not as frequently as I would have to replace my warp plates from my Big Shot. So, if I have to replace that, I'm okay with that. Now, if worse came to worse and I couldn't get a magnetic shim, then I would use this. But also another thing, I have a particular die set that I make poinsettias with. Right now, that's what I have been working with. Making poinsettias, getting ready for my holiday cards or crafts. And I don't want to have to be making poinsettias to add embellishments to my projects. So this is a die that I picked up, I don't know, a couple years ago. And these are two sets actually. And it comes with the bigger one and it comes with the smaller one. And then it comes with the both silhouettes or shadows to it. And I bought two sets because I don't want to have to cut one set at a time. So what I did was I bought two. I have cut it before in my Big Shot, and that's where it cut the best. But I had to run it back and forth several times because it's very intricate. I did notice that with this machine, when I first ran it through with just the regular plates that you use in there, the matte, although I didn't have the pink shim, and they do recommend for you to use the pink shim, and I'm going to try that. I did have to add a shim because the first time I ran it through, it didn't cut it. There wasn't enough pressure. But I did add a shim to it, and it cut it one pass better than when I was using it before and having to run it back and forth 2-3 times. So one pass did work better. And I still didn't use it correctly because they tell you to use the pink shim as well into the Big Shot. But it did cut it better, and I have them where? I have my little baskets with my poinsettias. So it did cut it better. I think it did a better job than this one I messed up. I think it did a much better job than it ever has before. So I did like that about it, and I'll share with you what those poinsettias look like. I brought down my little truck. I still have my little truck, you guys. So I brought it down to put my poinsettias in there. That poinsettia is this one right here. And I had created several colors, but I gave them all away, and this is the only set I have left, the mint green. And see, it cuts the silhouette, and then the intricate piece, the lacy piece, and I layered it up with other poinsettia dies. I do mix and match the petals on my poinsettia dies. That's one thing I do all the time. So it did cut better, and it does make a very pretty poinsettia. And one of my other favorites is, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, this did cut better. So if you want to give it a try, I mean, a lot of times you have to try it for yourself. As far as it warping the plates, I won't be able to tell you until I've owned it for a while. And I will hopefully remember, and if I don't remember, you guys remind me, because I'm very forgetful. I'm very absent-minded, and I will let y'all know if it stood the test of time, if it did what it's supposed to do or didn't do what it's not supposed to do. So I'll share that information if you guys remind me or if I remember. Anyway, I got in my trees, and that's where I was testing that magic mat. This was cut with the Anna Griffin sandwich the way I always do, cutting with my die face down, the blade side down on the magnetic shim plate. and it cut beautifully, and it didn't warp it. The second one I cut is this one. This one is curved, and I have tried to straighten it. Is it that one? No, it's this one. I'm sorry. You can see the details really well. It did curve it more because there was too much pressure when I used the 2 Anna Griffin acrylic plates and the magic mat. So that was too much pressure and it curved it. This one was one I cut on the Big Shot, and it's still embossed. But, I mean, I think that the Anna Griffin sandwich did much, much better. Well, actually, I'm holding up the wrong one. Okay. This was just with the Big Shot. You see, this has embossing, but it's very light. This one was with the Anna Griffin 2 acrylic plates and the magic mat, and it did curve them. This one's not embossed enough. This one, it curved, and I've been having to you know, straighten it out. This one gave me the best cut, and it is what I have always used, just the Anna Griffin, the way she recommends that we use the dies. So that's how I cut, and my die cut is pretty straight. These I did on my Big Shot. It did curve them. It didn't emboss as well, but it's still pretty good. I mean, if that's what you have and you want to try it, I do. Like, I don't know if it's really going not to warp your acrylic plate, so I can't give you that answer. I can just tell you what sandwich works for the Impress, because I didn't see anything out there, and what my first impressions of it are. So that's that. So that's the one I got in. And then I got in this romantic frame set. And this does a lot of the embossing, and I'll tell you what this one is called. And this was in that sale, and I think it's still on sale. And it was like $22. And it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 dies here. I think I count 6. This, I know that when I cut it, I haven't cut it out, it's going to be beautifully engraved, embossed. And this one is called the Romantic Concentric Frame Die. So I know for a fact that this is going to be gorgeous when I cut it out. And I might cut it out today, but I haven't cut it out yet because, like I said, I was making my poinsettias. Another thing I have been eyeing for a very, very long time, and I decided to go ahead and get it, was this easel train card. Because I've seen a lot of cards that my friend Jacqueline has made. She's Metal Art 001 here on YouTube. And my friend Carolyn is Tea Time and Dolls here on YouTube. The one who, I'll show you all in a minute. Anyway, she makes the most beautiful cards, and she has this. And the thing with Anna Griffin dies, they normally don't go down in price. Even when they're used, they're usually more than what you pay for them when they first come out. So I decided just not to sit on it and go ahead and take the plunge and get it. During the swap I just hosted, one of my friends used these dies. Again, Jacqueline, she's so bad. She's such a bad influence on me. Like I need help. She used these dies as her frame dies in the Griffinite swap, and they are gorgeous. I had to have them. They were kind of pricey. They were $90 or $91 something. They were a little over $90, but you get the 4. You get these 2 and then these 2. So when I bought them, they were a little over $90. During the secret sale, they had them for $66. HSN honored that price, and they gave me back the rest of my money. So I was able to get a really good deal on these, because I know, like I said, her stuff doesn't go down, it will go up. And these are called card-centric compendium dies. And these also will do the beautiful embossing. And I do have the borders exactly like this frame. So this was for me, it was a good addition to to my collection. And it did, like I said, it did come with the 4. I'm so sorry, but I think the sale is over. But I think this is definitely, even at $90 for me, it was worth it. So that's the other one I got in. And I think I already shared my mailbox and my sentiments with you guys that I got in. I thought I had gotten something else in. Oh, I got the flower shop embellishments for the flower cart because they were also on sale for like $24, $22, and those are normally, you know, 30, what, $36, $39. So I did pick up one of those because they were like $22 or $24. So that's what I've been playing with, and I just picked up a new collection, and it's not here. I'm hoping maybe today it'll be here. But my friend Carolyn, I want to share with you guys my favorite poinsettias or poinsettia dies. One of my all-time favorites is, you guys know I love a die that has artwork. This one is by Carnation Craft. They just came out with a new collection for Christmas in this very pretty, very pale, I want to call it a rose gold, but it's not quite. It's very, very pretty. And this is a special edition color that they had. And so these poinsettias didn't come in that color. My friend Jacqueline, not Jacqueline, my friend Carolyn, she's really good with her iPad. And she was able to match the artwork to the poinsettias for me to match the new special edition. So I'm really happy. And I did cut these out. So I will share with you what they look like. And I'm still working on them. I printed out a couple more. But this is what they look like. Look at that. And these are decoupaged. You can see that there are layers. So all I cut out so far were these. And I did add, I don't know if you can see it, probably not because of the plastic, but I added the Wink of Stella to it to give them that shimmer. And then I had little 11O seed beads in that color. So I added that to the center. Here's a smaller one right here. They have kind of shifted. So out of one sheet, I get one large, one small, two large, two small, two of the larger holly with the berries, and then two of the smaller holly with the berries. I get two large decoupage pine cones, and everything's decoupaged, and then two of the smaller decoupage. So that is all that comes out of one sheet. So, you know, this is pricey because you have to, you know, have a good printer, and then you have to purchase the artwork, and then you have to print it out, and you need specialty paper because my personal opinion, if you're going to print something out, use the best paper possible and set your computer, your printer to the highest quality of print you can get. And that's what I do. So thank you, sis. My poor sis, she worked for hours trying to get the color just right for me, and it was perfect. It was perfect. So those are the points, one of my favorite poinsettias, or my favorites. And last, I'm going to show you my all-time favorite. Another one, here's another set that I created. And this is a blast from the past. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in them, but I used that those flakes, iridescent flakes that we were using a few years back. Prima was using them in their flowers. Then we all picked up on what it was, and we all started doing the same thing. So this is a blast from the past, but again, I did it in those warm tones to match that new artwork that I'm anxiously awaiting for my die set to that. So that is one of my favorites, and this one is Heartfelt Creations. So that's another one of my favorite poinsettias. Every year I try to buy a poinsettia die. Let me share what. Not those. And then this one right here, I did a while back. And I don't know if you can tell, but it does have sparkle. This one, let me take it out of the package because I want to give you a really good look at this one. I have been hoarding this one for a while because sometimes I forget what I did. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it does have texture. This is the Tim Holtz poinsettia. It's the steel rule die, so it's the thick dies. And then then it comes with an embossing folder, so you can get all the veining on the petals or the leaves. And then I use the extra thick frontage embossing powder on there. And I think this one's called Shabby Pink, and it does have gold glitter, and it's, I mean, there's a texture to this embossing powder. It's very chunky. And then I just added some iridescent bling to the center. Tim Holtz, is his die was one of my most favorite dies. And it still is. I love, love, love the Tim Holtz poinsettia. I would never get rid of it. So that is one of my favorites between Heartfelt and Tim Holtz. I think the Tim Holtz is more realistic. Personally, but hey, we're all entitled to our own opinions, right? Here again is the Tim Holtz, and I combined it with some little cheapy poinsettias that I had bought at the dollar store. I took them apart and layered up a plastic petal one in the gold foil, and I also used the plastic that was the center on the poinsettia, and I layered those up again. I did the Shabby Pink frontage on these, and this is the Tim Holtz poinsettia again. So I love experimenting with different layers. My all-time favorite I bought last year, and I was searching for it high and low, you guys, and for the life of me I could not figure out what I did with it. And I was like, Lord, help me find it, Lord. You know, you can ask the Lord to help you to do anything. And I went on the internet, and I thought I had this die, and then I saw one of my videos, and I knew for a fact that I had it. So, but I couldn't find it in my craft room. Finally, I went on Amazon and I ordered it. I ordered another one, and I sat there for a little bit contemplating what could I have done with it, asking the Lord to help me find it. And lo and behold, where I sit right behind me, I have a little drawer unit that when I'm working on current projects, that's where I put them and separate them by theme. And apparently I had been making poinsettias and I never emptied out the drawer, so they were in there. So now I have a second set, but I'm okay with that because with that one set you can only cut one petal at a time, and it requires two of the large one and one of the small one. So now I'll be able to cut a full poinsettia out, so I'm okay with that. It comes in today. But that poinsettia is designed by Susan Tierney Coburn for Spellbinders, and I will link it and I'm going to share it with you guys. So the first ones I created were these blue ones to match my new collection that I'm working with. I bought all the colors. So that's the blue one. It's not exactly the right blue. And again, I added, let me take it out. I added those iridescent flakes. And those iridescent flakes, you will find them at Hobby Lobby. You can find them in the wedding section. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'm going to move my hand around because I really don't know what you can see, but I'm hoping that it picks up those iridescent flakes. Anyway, this is a blast from the past because this is what Primo was doing to their flowers for a minute, and we all loved it and we all started doing it. But you can get these flakes in a very large bag at Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. So I'm not going to link that. So I made those blue ones. Then I made these very pale ones again to go with that artwork. And I'll share that artwork with you guys that I'm talking about because I can hardly wait to get my dies in. I can hardly wait. And I ordered it, it's been a minute, so I'm hoping that it'll be here soon. I keep my my artwork in these zip type of plastic mailers, folders, but sometimes it's a little difficult to take out. So this is the special edition, and that's what I was shooting for when it came to my poinsettias. I don't know how it looks like on video, but to the naked eye it matches really, really well. These do, and so do the ones that Carolyn's is closer though. the one Carolyn altered for me. There is a slight contrast, darker in the flowers, but that is actually a good thing, because if everything looked the same, then everything would just be a big blob. So it's good that there's contrast. But these are the ones that she altered for me, and they are pretty close to what I needed them to be. And then I'll share another. Look at that blue. Look at that sleigh. So that's the new sleigh. The new that they just came out with. And look at that one. Gorgeous, right? So as soon as my dies come in, I'm dying to cut them out. But I printed out the blue as well, because y'all know blue is my favorite color. So there's the blue Santa. And they have a purple and they have a pink. I bought all the colors, but these are the only ones that I have printed out. And when I cut them out, I will share them with you guys. But so far, that's what I have. So I was making poinsettias to get ready for when that comes in. Anyway, the Spellbinders is my favorite, and I will share with you what they look like outside of the package. These are ones I made last year, and I normally give them all away. I'm surprised I had two. So I had this one, and I love to add stickles to the edges. This one I cut out in white and just added a very light blue, and I'll be able to use this one with that collection. And then I added some little berry twigs or sprays in like an ivory color. And then these hollies and all that, some of them are from Spellbinders, from Susan Tierney Coburn as well. And I just made this little corner arrangement. So there's one, and I love that it looks so realistic. And here are, this one is from Susan Tierney, the one with the berries. So, and I used the Nouveau drops for that, to make the berries. Here is a pink one with lighter foliage. I only kept one. I gave them all away. And then here's one I didn't ever even complete, but I will complete to go with my new set I'm waiting for. But anyway, guys, that is all that I had to share with y'all. I wanted to share that magic mat. I wanted to share my favorite poinsettias with you guys. And I wanted to share my Anna Griffin stuff that had come in. I'm still waiting on more. So when that comes in, I will share it with you guys. So we'll see when that comes in, hopefully soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.